This is day 20 of Advent of Cyber 2024. This challenge is called If You Utter So Much As One Packet. McSkitty sat at her desk, staring at the PCAP file Glitch had just sent over. It was from Marta Mayweather's computer, the latest victim of Maya Malware's long-running schemes. She smiled, glancing at Byte. Looks like we'd have to use Wireshark again, eh boy? Glitch's voice crackled over the comms. Need any help analyzing it? McSkitty smiled. Thanks, Glitch, but I've got it. So for this challenge, we will investigate network traffic using Wireshark, identify IOCs in captured network traffic, and understand how C2 servers operate and communicate with compromised systems. So for this challenge, we need to start the virtual machine like that, and it'll open up in split screen in a second, like it just did. And attack box is not needed, but you can RDP or SSH into this if you wanted. Before we dig deeper into Maya Malware's intentions, we must learn a few essential things about C2 communication. Whenever a machine is compromised, the command and control server drops its secret agent payload into the target machine. This secret agent is meant to obey the instructions of the C2 server. These instructions include executing malicious commands inside the target, exfiltrating essential files from the system, and much more. Interestingly, after getting into the system, the secret agent, in addition to obeying the instructions sent by the C2, has a way to keep the C2 updated on its current status. It sends a packet to the C2 every few seconds or every minute to let it know it's active and ready to blast anything inside the target machine that the C2 aims to. These packets are known as beacons. For this room, we'll be using Wireshark, an open source tool that captures and inspects network traffic saved as a PCAP file. It's a powerful tool and you'll encounter it frequently in your journey in cybersecurity. It is beneficial for understanding the communication between a compromised machine and a C2 server. If you are unfamiliar with it, here are some key capabilities you'll see in this room. Wireshark can analyze traffic and display the information in an easy-to-navigate format, regardless of the protocols used. Wireshark can reconstruct back and forth conversations in a network. Wireshark allows easy filtering to narrow down essential details. Wireshark can also export and analyze objects that are transferred over the network. Of course, Wireshark has more capabilities. If you want to learn more, there are a few Wireshark rooms here in TryHackMe. Now that we have a better idea of what C2 traffic looks like and how to use Wireshark, double-click on the C2 traffic analysis on the desktop. This will automatically open the PCAP file using Wireshark. And I'm getting connection issues with it. Okay, well I guess I have to restart this thing again. Okay, so it's now loaded back up, so we'll go to the C2 traffic analysis. Okay, so we've now started off with doing a filter for IP with source address of 10.10.229.217 and run that filter. So I've now got all traffic which has that as the source. If you scroll down a bit, you'll find some interesting packets, specifically those highlighted with an arrow as shown. Okay, was that it? Yes, we found the HTTP command, exfiltrate, and beacon. So if you click on the initial HTTP, wherever that is, here, so we've got base 64 of it, but if we can reassemble it, we can see the request here. So keep alive, I am in Maya. This pane shows the bytes used in the communication in hexadecimal and ASCII character formats. The latter format shows readable text, which can be helpful in investigation. The screenshot above shows something interesting. I am in Maya. This piece of text is likely relevant to us. So if we right click the initial and go follow HTTP stream, we can now see. So there's the I am in Maya and responsive perfect. This feature is useful when you need to view all requests and responses between the client and the server, as it helps you understand the complete context of the communication. The text highlighted in red is the message sent from the source to the destination, and the blue is the opposite. So based on the screenshot above, we can see after the message, I am in Maya, was sent, a response that reads perfect was sent back. But let's not stop here. Other interesting HTTP packets were sent to the same destination IP. If you follow the HTTP stream from the get command packet, so if we close this and go to the command one, actually I need to change the query, so I need to get rid of that. So here's command, and we'll do the same thing, follow HTTP stream, and we can see there was a who am I command being ran. So we'll see the same IP destination. Interestingly, the reply back came was a command commonly used in Windows and Linux systems to display the current user's information. This communication suggests that the destination is attempting to gather information about the compromised system, a typical step during an early reconnaissance stage. Usually, the reply from a C2 server contains the command, instructing the malicious program what to do next. However, the type of instruction depends on the malicious actor's configuration, intention, and capabilities. These instructions often fall into several categories. Getting system information. The attacker may want to know more about the compromised machine to tailor the next moves. This is what we are seeing here. Executing commands. If the attacker needs to perform specific actions, they can also send commands directly. However, this is less stealthy and easily attracts attention. Downloading and executing payloads. The attacker can also send payloads to the machine containing additional functionality or tools. Exfiltrating data. This is one of the most common objectives. The program may be instructed to steal valuable data, such as sensitive files, credentials, or personal information. So there was a exfiltrate command being sent, or request, as we can see right here. So if we do the same thing, go to follow HTTP stream, we can see file name credentials.txt was being sent, and that was sent to the server. So what's in the beacon? A typical C2 server returns regular status updates from the compromised machine to its C2 server. The beacon may be sent after regular or irregular intervals to the C2 as a heartbeat. Here's how this exchange might look. Secret agent, I am still alive, awaiting any instructions, over. C2 server, glad to hear that, stand by for any further instructions, over. In this scenario, Maya Malware's agent is inside Marta Mayware's computer, has sent a message that is sent inside all the beacons. Since the content is highly confidential, the secret agent encrypts it inside all the beacons, leaving a clue for the Maya C2 to decrypt it. In the current scenario, we can identify the beacons by the multiple requests sent to the C2 from the target machine after regular intervals of time. The exfiltrated file's content hints at how these encrypted beacons can be decrypted. Using the encryption algorithm with the key provided, we now have a potential way to unlock the beacon's message and uncover what Maya Malware's agent is communicating to the C2 server. But what exactly are we about to reveal? Since the beacon is now encrypted and you have the key to decrypt it, the CyberChef tool would be our source of truth for solving this mystery. Because of its wide features, the CyberChef is considered a Swiss Army knife. We can use this tool for encoding, decoding, encrypting, decrypting, hashing, and much more. However, considering this task scopes, we'll only cover the decryption process using this tool. So here's a link to CyberChef, which we have to open in our browser and not in the VM. From the tools dashboard, you would be utilizing the following panes for decrypting your beacon. So there's operations, which are search for AES decrypt and drag it to the recipe area. So you can do that. AES decrypt input. Once the recipe is done, it is time to enter our encrypted beacon into the input area, and then output is the output. Okay, so we're now onto the questions. Now, what was the first message the payload sent to Maya Malware's C2 server? So there's this initial, I am in Maya. Maya with exclamation. There we go. And IP address of the C2, so that's our destination here, which is 10.10.123.224. What was the command sent by the C2 server? That was who am I. What was the file name of the critical file exfiltrated by the C2? That was in here, and that was credentials.txt. And the secret message sent back to the C2 in an encrypted format through beacon. So, assuming we're meant to decrypt a file, do we have the file on desktop or something? No. Let's find the exfiltrate command. Can we see in here anything more? So we know what the key is. Let's copy that. And AES ECB. Does that mean this needs ECB? But what data are we actually encrypting? Is there more to this? Oh, okay, so there was exfiltrate there, then there's beacon here. So I assume this is what is encrypted. So if we do this, okay, there we go. THM Secret 101. And that is all the questions answered. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe.